The movie opens at Oregon State Penitentiary, where inmates are assigned to a construction work detail just outside the prison walls. It's a tightly controlled, everyday operation. This is Joe, calm, confident, all muscle and charm, and this is Terry, anxious, brilliant, thinks 10 steps ahead. Suddenly, Joe notices a flaw. The main gate doesn't snap open. It lingers. When the gate opens to release a pickup truck, Joe seizes the moment. He hijacks a concrete mixing truck already inside the prison yard, dumping wet concrete as he drives straight for the exit. Terry jumps onto the moving truck, less out of courage than pure panic for Joe. Alarms blare immediately as guards open fire on the massive truck, bullets pinging off the metal. Joe floors it, smashing through fences, barriers, and even a pickup truck in the way as they barrel toward the gate. The slow opening gate creates tense suspense. Will it close in time? The cement mixer crashes straight through, plowing into suburban backyards in a chaotic trail of destruction before speeding off down the road. Barely free, Joe steals a car from a woman without hesitation. They drive straight to a bank. Inside, Joe uses a simple trick, a black magic marker pressed against the lone guard's back, and suddenly, everyone believes he's armed. It works. The robbery succeeds. Outside, Joe ditches the car and steals another for the escape. Police lights appear almost immediately. Cornered, they race into the first open garage they can find. The house belongs to Sherry Woods. Her father is out of town. She's home with her boyfriend, Phil. Inside the house, Joe opens up about the dream that's kept him alive, his uncle's hotel in Acapulco. Joe wants to buy it, turn it into a resort and nightclub, something bigger than crime. Terry listens, intrigued. Joe's solution is simple: rob banks until the dream pays for itself. Terry agrees. Terry devises their signature non-violent strategy. Kidnap a bank manager the night before a robbery, spend the night politely with the family to build trust, and have the manager open the bank early the next day. The next morning, wearing Sherry's father's clothes and driving Phil's car, they disappear. They recruit Joe's dim-witted cousin, Harvey, an aspiring stuntman obsessed with fire effects and finding the perfect suit, as their getaway driver and lookout. Their first target is Oregon City Bank. Joe and Terry, in disguise, arrive at the suburban home of bank manager Daryl Miller. They enter the house and kidnap his family, including his wife Chloe and their 2 daughters. The robbers have dinner with them and spend the night. Early the next morning, before the bank opens, Joe, Terry, Daryl, and the family drive to the Oregon City Bank. Employees arrive one by one and are greeted at the door by the robbers. Once the money is loaded, they escape in a getaway car driven by Harvey, who provides lookout updates via radio. The heist goes off cleanly, proving that Terry's method works. The media soon dubs them the sleepover bandits after reports from the relieved and unharmed family and staff. Elsewhere, Kate Wheeler decides she's done. Her marriage is collapsing, and she runs, not towards something, but away from everything. By chance, Terry runs out of gas on a bridge. He leaves to fetch a fuel can. When he returns, police have already arrived. Desperate, Terry flags down the first car he sees. Kate stops. She doesn't care that Terry is a fugitive. She's numb, alone. She refuses to let him leave her car because she doesn't want the silence back. Terry has no choice. He takes her with him. Kate ends up at the gang's woodland hideout. Joe is furious at first. This was not part of the plan. But Kate disarms him almost instantly. Her sadness, her honesty, it pulls him in. He allows her to stay. And Kate finds herself drawn to Joe, a man who reads poetry, speaks softly, and lives violently. Which is not exactly the combination she planned for, but here she is. Soon, she's no longer just along for the ride. Kate becomes part of the crew, present in the heists, involved in the planning, and traveling with Joe during the mandatory 2-week hiding period that follows each robbery. After the next job, the crew splits between 2 cars. Harvey drives Kate, while Joe and Terry ride together. One mistake changes everything. Harvey misjudges the road, and an oncoming truck slams directly into Joe's car. The collision is violent. A bystander records the entire crash on a camcorder. In the chaos, the group fractures. Terry escapes with Kate. Joe gets away with Harvey. They agree to meet at the rendezvous point. Terry arrives first. He doesn't wait. Instead, he leaves with Kate. Terry and Kate end up at a roadside motel. There's only one room left, one bed. Lines blur quickly. Kate ends up in bed with Terry, and what was once unspoken becomes impossible to ignore. A confused love triangle takes shape. Later, the gang regroups outside the town of their next target, exactly as planned. Joe and Terry confront Kate and demand a choice. She refuses. Kate chooses uncertainty instead, keeping her feelings unresolved and the tension intact. Meanwhile, the camcorder footage spreads across the media. The story twists. Police now believe Joe and Terry have kidnapped Kate. During another heist, Harvey abandons his lookout position to chase a girl. The mistake nearly gets them all caught. Terry fires Harvey on the spot. Harvey leaves the gang and walks off down the highway, reuniting with the girl who distracted him in the first place. Joe, Terry, and Kate go on the run. They manage to pull off a few more robberies, but the strain grows heavier with each one. The tension over Kate turns personal. Arguments sharpen. Trust erodes. Finally, Kate walks away. With nothing left to hold them together, Joe and Terry decide to end it the only way they know how. One last job. The show recounts the final robbery at the Alamo Bank as a disaster. Kate supposedly tips off the police. Joe and Terry are caught inside the bank as officers close in. Surrounded, the two argue. Joe shouts at the police, "You won't take us alive." The argument spirals until the unthinkable happens. Joe and Terry turn on each other and shoot each other dead. Case closed. But the truth is something else entirely. Harvey stages everything. Using his special effects skills, he makes it look like Joe and Terry are killing each other. He and his girlfriend rush in disguised as paramedics, loading Joe, Terry, and the stolen money into body bags. Inside the ambulance, Joe and Terry unzip themselves, relieved and laughing at the success so far. Harvey, driving erratically on purpose, sabotages the tires or steering to cause a deliberate crash into a nearby junkyard filled with scrap cars. Harvey, wearing a fireproof stunt suit underneath, sets himself ablaze in a controlled burn and triggers a pre-planted explosive device. Kate claims the $1 million reward for turning them in. Joe, Terry, Kate, Harvey, and Harvey's girlfriend escape, leaving authorities convinced the criminals died in the flames. Reunited at last, they cross into Mexico. The dream becomes real. In the final moments, Harvey gets married under the sun. Kate kisses Joe, then Terry. No choices left unresolved. They didn't just survive, they won.